everybody, I'm Sherry and welcome to my stamp studio. So today it is new catalog day if you're watching this the day it posts, and that means I can show you the inside of the catalog pages. So we're going to do a really quick catalog walkthrough, at least I hope it'll be really quick, because I just wanted to point out some things that you might miss, some of the things that are my favorite that I've used, some of the things that I can't wait to get my hands on when I place my order and overnight it. Here. So you'll be able to come back on Wednesday and see the stuff that I got. I'm not going to do it all in one overnight order because I have the Pansy class that's also going to be overnighted. So I can get going on your projects for that. Because it's kind of hard to create all the projects when I don't have all the stuff that I want to try to use for them. I'm going to let you know what are my upcoming class stamps. So if you want to kind of hold off on getting those so you'll know what we're going to use at summer retreat and what we're going to use in our classes. So we're going to do that. And then I'm going to tell you my top 5 things. And there were too many things. And I thought, well, I'm the one that's making the rules, right? So I have top 5 things that I can't wait to get instead of including all the ones, because I have more than 5 favorite things of the things that we've already been using, which is funny because oftentimes in the pre-order, they tell us what we can get and it's not always what I would have chosen. And this time, a couple of things I wouldn't have chosen, but now since I've started using them, oh, they're wonderful. So let's do a couple of other things first. So if you order from me on my website, or you can always call me. My phone number is on my website. You can text me or you can email me your orders and I'm happy to put them in for you. You don't have to put them online if you don't want to. I'm glad to do it for you. I just need your credit card number on file. So at one point we're gonna have to have a phone call so you can give me your payment information, and then Stampin' Up stores that for us in a safe place where all your numbers are X'd out. So you only have to call and give me the number once until somebody hacks your credit card. We've had 2 of those happen in the last week or month in my family. So if you do order from me on May 4th or May 5th, those are my catalog kickoff days because tomorrow we'll order and Wednesday I'll get my stuff. Then I have some extra added specials. So I'm going to let you know what those are. First, starting in March, I was doing a cut and emboss giveaway. So those orders are still accumulating. For every $50 that you have spent with me since then, your name will go once into the drawing. And then I'm going to do that drawing. It ends on May 15th, which will be on vacation. So I'll do the drawing when we get back, a couple of days after we get back, and I have time to tally up all of the entries for everybody. So I want you to know that. And then if you order, I have 2 of these super cute, are those adorable little mugs from Stampin' Up. They're like camp mugs. So I have 2 of these and I'll give them away. Everybody who orders, no matter what size you order, you are eligible for one of these in my drawing that I will do. I'll probably do it on Thursday or Friday. So that is one of the things. And then for my host code, I'm just going to go through the different levels of host code. So always when you order from me, if you use my host code, there's always a thank you gift. Different levels, different months. I try to get y'all in there. The more you spend, you might get 2. When you spend $50 with me, you're always part of my VIP video club. So those are private videos. They will air the month following your order. So everybody that orders in May will be in the June video club. And then you get the supplies to make 1 card at the $50 level. And then depending on the month, higher levels will get 2. So for last month, everybody who spent $200 and it accumulates. So if you order $100 one time and $100 the next, then I add those together, then you get the projects to make both of them. Everybody gets to see both videos, but then you get the supplies to follow along. You'll need to substitute your own stamps unless you have the same ones I use, but you get the cardstock. This one is going to have some punches and some dies both that you'll get that are new for those of you that get the May one from last month. And then this month, if you use my host code, these are the in color jewels. Everybody's going to get one of those if you spend $35 in merchandise or more. So then at $50, you get the jewels and the VIP video club. At $125 just for catalog kickoff. So I have a host code that's just good this week. So you get the jewels and then you get the silver and clear epoxy essentials as well. So you get 3 things if you're $125. Then at $150, don't use the host code because Stampin' Up will give you free stuff, and I still give you the free stuff. But at $150, you'll also get some paper snips. And I tried to find my little guide. I'm so bad about not keeping the guide on it because it says Stampin' Up. So you'll get those at $150. And then if you want to combine orders with your friends, or you just have a whole lot of stuff that you want, because I totally understand, because my order is going to qualify for this at $250. Stampin' Up is giving you an additional $25 on top of the normal hostess benefits. So even if you're getting around $200, I would maybe bump it up because you're going to get a lot of free stuff. And that's good through June, the middle of June, that hostess special. So it's if you want to have a workshop, if you want to just place a large order, if you're a demonstrator. And then the other special is for $99, you can pick $155 worth of whatever you want from the catalog and join my team. And Stampin' Up's doing that starting today and through the middle of June. And if you're a member of my team, then you get to have online access to all my videos, all my video classes that normally cost money. You get all those for free. And there's a bunch of other good perks. Those were all in my email. So I'm going to take a sip. Okay, I have this cup because I'm dressed from top to bottom. I still have my pajama pants on. It wasn't the way my day went, but how many of you that work from home have those days where things start getting away from you and it's later than I intended? And I'm like, I got to get this done. I'm not taking time to get dressed. So I mean, this is a shirt, but I'm still in my pajamas. So let me take a second and I'll aim my camera down through this. So I'm just going to kind of go from the start and then check my little list to make sure I hit everything at the end. So I know some of you are already going to ask, because every time I pull this catalog out, I have a normal catalog that sits here, but because I've been working on my orders, I've been using my catalog. And they're like, how'd you get a spiral bound one? Anybody can get a spiral bound one. You just take it to the Office Supply, Staples, Office Depot. Some of them will cut the sides off. It just depends on your local office supply store, but they cut it off and then they do it, and then you can have the plastic covers. And my back one has, back here when I'm working on classes, you can get a little pocket back here if you want. This year I don't have a pocket, but you can get that back in there if you'd like. And it costs $4, $5, $3, depending on where you are and how much they charge. But it's not expensive, and it does make your catalog last a lot longer. Say that 5 times fast. And it makes it easier to work because obviously you're going to see in a second, the pages stay open, which I probably need a little bit more space than I gave myself. So first off, cover's lovely. If you follow my channel, you know tie-dye and creating my own backgrounds has been my thing. So when we first saw this online, I'm like, that's my stuff. So this looks like a lot of what I have been doing just recently, because tie-dye is kind of the in thing, and I love it. And you get more of it here. This suite is artistically inked, I think is what it's called. And that is my first June class. So we have the Pansy class and the Try It class. The Pansy class is already signed. You can't register for that anymore. My Try It class has a little bit more, and we'll talk about that when we get to the back of the catalog. But then this will be my first June class. So if you're going to buy this stuff, you might hold off, because whenever you purchase the stamps as part of my classes or retreats, you get more bang for your buck, because I use the free stuff to pass that on to you. So I put the order in, and the stuff I get free, then I'm able to add some freebies into your class. And if you just get the cards, then you don't get those extra added freebies. So that's this. Then look at this. How fabulous is this? One of the German demonstrators, she made one. So I'm thinking about maybe doing one. If you'd be interested in doing a class, it would not be difficult. I would send you what we need. You would need all of the inks if you want to do the whole thing, or I'm going to do a smaller version. And I'm going to copy the way she did it, which it looks like it's kind of the way that Stampin' Up did it as well. But I just think that's beautiful. Color makes me happy. So let's go to the kit page. So you may have noticed this if you are a fan of our kits, which I am. They've redone the way that they've done them. So you're not going to see any traditional kits that we've had, the medleys, the complete kits, because we're going to go to these. So they'll be releasing them June 1st. They're not ready yet. We'll get to see some tomorrow as demonstrators, and we can pre-order. But what they are, they will be online, so that way they can switch them up more quickly than if they're in print version. They'll have everything you need. You can choose your kit and get that sent to you. I also wanted to point out the Paper Pumpkin, because if you've never been a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, this week you can join for just $5 for your first month. And so be on my email list and I'll give you the details for that when that comes up. So here we have Beauty of the Earth. And almost all of these cards that I'm going to show have a tutorial. So if you missed it along the way, you'll be able to see. And then I'll point out a couple of the other new things that I've used on the cards. So this is one where we did my own tie-dye. This time I used blends. This has some of the shimmer paper and it has the scallops from Color and Contour, which that would be one of my 5 favorite things I already have. So this is up. And then this one here uses the paper. So this paper is super fun, but I wanted to use the trees because this to me looks very summer, fall, and there's some winter paper. And we're in spring. And when I did it, our trees were still in bloom. You know, they're starting to go away. That's such a short season. And so we can recreate that and keep it on paper. But here is a card that's kind of a little gatefold here. This video, if you go watch it, it fully explains my Try It clubs. In fact, it gives you, I show you one of my past PDFs because you get like a book that's part of that. So you can go over and watch that Beauty of the Earth video if you're interested in the Try It class. Then let's see, page 12. Look right here. Now, the fish are not on my first order, but this right here, it's one of my top 5. I can't wait to play with this Diorama Die, and I'll point it out to you a couple of more times as we go through the catalog. But it's just standalone dies, and I can't wait to get my hand on them because they're going to be super fun. I can already tell I get ideas in my head, and they're just kind of spilling out. So can't wait to get my hands on those. Then page 29. Oh, I could flip a little faster, huh? Is the Pansy Petals. Now on this page, I wanted to take a second. It's upcoming class, so all of you that are registered, your stuff's going to be overnighted tomorrow so I can make the finishing touches on it. The bees are on back order. So that's the only thing that I know of that's on back order. So I think I might have enough for those of you that are in the Pansy class, but there's no way I have enough for you, those of you in the Try It, because there's way too many of you and I only have a few bees because I ordered a couple of them. That's all we were allowed, and then they're out. This has the pretty ombre bag, so that you can see the bag they ran through. This set, we will do a card that uses the stamps, uses the dies, and then uses the dies to punch out this paper. And then the 4th one, I'm still kind of waiting on. I'm waiting on all of them because I want to see some of the ribbons that are my choices with the paper and stuff that we haven't been able to order. But the other thing I wanted to point out on this page is when you see this up here, the suite, if you just order this, because I'm super lazy, so I get all the suites when I can, because then you don't have to type in all these numbers, but you also get a little bit of a discount, and you just get everything that's included. So this whole suite is only $70. You get the stamps, the dies, the paper, and the bumblebees, but you won't be able to order this one tomorrow because the bumblebees are for today, because they're not available yet. And then let's see, page 32. So for my summer retreat, there were some really nice kind of ocean things, but we just did that if you did my winter retreat because we escaped to the ocean. So this is the summer retreat is gonna have the diorama. And then we're gonna play it up with a bunch of kind of different stamps. And when I do my retreats, you have the option of getting everything, and it's best deal because you'll get a bunch of freebies, or you can usually pick 2 or 3 of the sets depending on how I do it. Sometimes you just pick one set and you get like a miniature version, and then you just kind of make do with what you already have, or the same stamps. I give you some alternates, or you can just get the card supplies. So for this one, we're going to use Measure of Love. Super cute, this little scale, and I can't wait to stamp with these the way they insert. So this is on my first order because some of the summer retreat stuff I want to start playing with. And then another one, so you got the diorama, the Measure of Love, then you can choose from what's cooking, or just get the whole thing because it's so much more fun that way. I just love this little mushroom. I'm a huge fan of mushrooms, usually 70s style mushrooms, and I collect mugs, and I love the stamps. I still have one of our old wooden stamps that's just too cute to give away. But this will be one of them. But look at the dies. The dies are so cute. And you can tell this one right here puts the wood pattern into your cutting board. So that's one of the summer ones. And I'll point out a couple more because they're not all in the same order. But we're going to kind of mix it up. So there's some different styles for you to pick from. So let's see. Then page 42 is this. I don't want you to miss this. Those of you that were fans of the many messages and the one giant die that cut them out, you have many more messages. I think that's what they should have called it. I'm sorry. They put many happenings. I think it should be many more messages. So if next time they need some tips on what would be a fun name, but there's some more words that will fit on the same die. So if you've already got this, obviously this is one of your next go-tos because it'll just double the amounts of words that you'll be able to say. And one says there are no words, which is not a funny stamp, but you know, it goes with what I was talking about. And then on this page, I can't wait to get this. So make sure you see that it has a leopard skin folder. So before camo was my love, and now I've moved on to tie-dye, although I have camo on today. I still love it. But right now I'm kind of on a tie-dye kick. One of my friend's sons, when he was little, he just thought everything that her and I wore was leopard. So this leopard skin, I think, is just kind of fun. But this is going to make some great masculine cards. It may be one, those of you that are in the Try It class, you may get a cat die. So we'll see. I've got a bunch of those sketched up, but they're not done. So page 51, this one right here is another one. So we've got the two cooking sets, one that's kind of cartoony, one more realistic, and then After the Storm. So we're going to go with some totally different looks for summer retreat. So that'll be one of your choices. And then over here again, don't miss it, there's that diorama. Now you can see, if you haven't noticed it, why I'm a little bit excited about using it, because just look at the depth that it gives your card. So then let's go to page 52. So here we have the Inspired Canopy. This was one of the last things that I pre-ordered, because when you just kind of look at this, Stampin' Up artists are great, but this catalog is always designed more towards our beginner stampers. And then in the minis, there's more, like the samples tend to be more, take more time. So when I first saw this, I was like, I can live without it. But then I saw all the words that people were using, and I'm like, okay, because I already had the other trees, right? And then I loved this. I love it, love it. So this one, these are both up, same video. You get two cards, two different cards. So it has this great set of trees that are one punch or one die. And then here, in fact, it may have been in the summer retreat if I had used it before I decided what sets were in it. This has that shimmer vellum, and you can see it cuts out little pieces of tree so you can kind of arrange them on there. And then this has the bark folder. I think that was in the first tree set that I showed you, and I didn't point it out. So then on page 56, another summer retreat one. You're going to get a lot because they didn't choose any giant bundles. So this is a bundle, but it's a punch bundle, and it's Turtle Friends. So super cute. Can't wait to use this. Just makes me happy. It has some great words. I love the happy belated birthday. Sorry, I was slow. It's time to celebrate. It's just a really cute little stamp set. And then not in the retreat, but one of the things I'm really excited to try is this Give It a Whirl die. Now you're gonna have to look in the back. It doesn't come bundled with this set, and these are super cute. But see, you can put this little circle in here. We have brads again, so you can use them with this, and then you just kind of spin that around. So these are round and square brads. It's been a minute since we've had brads. So, you know, everything old is new again. And then let's go to page 61, because I know that this is going to be on a bunch of your shopping lists for the very first day, because this is beautiful, but it is one of my July classes. So if you can hang on to getting it to July, then get some of the other stuff first, and then we'll cover this in July, because it just looks like summer. Can't wait to use the jars. Super beautiful stamps, so very pretty. So that will be in July. And then the next one that's in July, I can't wait to get this one either, but that's not anything. It's just some words. I know it's right here. The other July class is totally out of my wheelhouse. This is not the stuff that I normally do, but this Peekaboo Farm with this Peekaboo die. Now the die I'll work in some paper and stuff. So if you don't have, so you can see a different way to use the die in the class, but this is my other July class. Super cute, super state fair, farm, summer days kind of thing. So don't think you have to have kids, because I will show you ways to use it that you don't have to have kids. But you could give that to somebody for their 80th birthday and they would think it's cute. Super, super, super different. I like the stuff that's different, and that's very different. And then let's go to page 82. I like this too, but there's just too many things to like at one time. I love this. It won't get very many views on YouTube because whenever I color animals, they kind of get lost in the shuffle. But you know, my family's half Australian. Here's a little kiwi. So we got the koalas, we got the kangaroo. I just love this. It just makes me happy. And it's one of the first things I will probably do, even if you don't want to see it, because for whatever reason, people don't watch the little animal videos. And that's just too cute. Look at those little bears. And then here again, you can see that diorama used opposite. So I wonder how many of you did not notice that diorama when you were looking on it. Then let's go to page 88, I think. Maybe 98. I don't know. 88. My notes are kind of far away. Yes, this. This may be a bonus July class. So I've gone back and forth. I took the peekaboo and put it back when I took this out. I may do both of them because this is perfect for Christmas in July. But when you look at these dies, it's also perfect for July cards, summer cards, because we got these whole bunch of stars and greenery that does not have to be Christmas. So I'm still kind of iffy. If you're interested in doing a Christmas in July with the suite, then just comment below this video and then I'll reconsider how many classes I do in July. So then let's go to page, oh, you know, I forgot to show you these. These are the Pansy cards. This was the very first card that I did when the catalog came out. The pre-order has these pretty dies on it. I mean, jewels, which remember, those are your thank you gift this month. So I did not show you those. I forgot all about it. So let's go to page 96. June class, can't wait. Everything about it I love. Love the embellishments, love the paper, love that stamp. Just cannot wait to use it. But look at this die. If you didn't look at that die, I cannot wait to use that die. So this will be June class. Registration will start sometime in July. Cannot wait to get it. And this paper will probably make an appearance, maybe with some of these in the as my June VIP video. Then page 98. Okay, so here's, somehow I missed one because my samples are not in the right order. So this I pre-ordered just because on pre-order day, you're like, we don't know what we can pre-order till it's time, pretty much. And so I'm like, yeah, I'll get this. It did not do, because this is kind of what we saw, and we saw it in miniature and not in a catalog. So I was like, whatever, I'll get it. It looks like it might have some fun tags. This ended up being one of my favorite things, and it could end up being one of my top 5 favorite things ever. So it's mixed up, wrong order. It's the dies that really are the wow in this card. And we will see that I've used them on other cards as we've gone through this. But this one just has all of the dies stacked up. This one right here has some slits in it on both sides, so you can slide paper or ribbon through and get that little frame. It's just, it's one of those dies that's just a basic good die set. And then these are pretty too. They are pretty stamps. So here is another one. All these are on. This is one of the new ribbons. This has the jewels that are free just over catalog kickoff. I really like those too. And then here's a good mix-up. This has the color and contour dies with the Hello penned and some of the new ribbon and old ribbon. So it kind of has a little bit of everything. My friend Tanya designed that card. So no video for this one, but that is on there where you can mix them up. So yeah, love this. And then I also love the next one on page 110. No, 104 is hand penned. So this is the one that from all of your comments, I know this will be the one that most of you get tomorrow or today. I'm filming this the day before. So it has, again, whole suite, $66. Just get the whole suite. Then you just have to type the one number. I'll give it to you, 155503. There you go, $66, and that's it. I did not choose to do this for a class, even though I loved it, because I knew you couldn't wait. Because so many of you are like, I have to have that. I'm like, there's no point in doing a class because everybody will already have the stamps and have played with them by the time I get to put a class together. So the stamps, lovely, dies, lovely. The paper is phenomenal. Now this one my daughter made, and you might think that she used the paper, but she did not. This has the stamps. So all of this is just a stamp created background. And then this right here is a strip of the paper. So even once, and you know, a couple years from now when you're out of the paper, because we use our paper, right? You'll still be able to create the beautiful backgrounds just with the stamps. And then here's one here that I did. And this has some of our stuff that's already gone. So hopefully you got the brass foil and the natural specialty paper before it was gone. But you can see this is the fun overlay. It's a little bit easier to see on this card than it was on the one that I did the window sheet. So I'm just eager to see if this is my #1 seller over the next couple of days. Then let's go to page 116. I should have, oh, nope. I skipped some of these numbers because I'm watching my friends live on Facebook. Oh, here's another hand pen. And this one uses the other flower. And I did not do this. Another demonstrator did it at our shoebox swaps. So then this would be the thing that I liked the most out of the pre-order. And I would not have even ordered it had I only had but they give us a few things to choose from. And so I'm like, well, I'll get it. And this is by far my favorite of the stamps stamps and dies. So the dies are just beautiful. The stamps have great texture to them, but the dies are beautiful. So hopefully you've watched a lot of these. This is the dies used once as a mask with the new linen paper. And here's that scallopy frame from the other set. And then here was some of the tie-dye. This was one of the first cards I did as well. I'm showing you both because when you do the tie-dye, it kind of just, however it falls is kind of how it makes your card look. So they all look a little bit different. This has the fun words and the little splatters on the back. It's just a beautiful stamp set. Beautiful dies. And because Stampin' Up forced me to get it because I had to order it because I had, you know, I just kind of have to have everything. Then I found that I fell in love with it. So let's go page 116. I don't have this, but I wanted to point out so you make sure that you see it. One of this one, I don't know. I've gone out of order somehow because this didn't get put in there. But this is one of the suites. And this, if you are in the VIP video club, you will be getting supplies to make a card that's in this suite. So I don't know where that was. I think that I passed it. Some of the things I wrote down numbers, I realized now, and I didn't write words. So I think I'm skipping those. So this one right here, this is embossing folder and dies. So you get the embossing folder, the dies, and the stamp set. You won't be able to get the embossing folder unless you buy this little bundle or you buy the dies because the embossing folder comes with the dies. So I haven't finalized my list yet. This may make it just because this intrigues me because I really want to see a little bit more. And I can tell here, they work like the seashells. So if you've watched any of my seashell videos or you were in the winter retreat, then they work how you can put them back in the spots. Page 120. Doesn't this just make you happy? Well, I missed this one too. I think this is the background stamp. So it's probably right here, yeah. Page 118. I didn't write it down. I was doing so well. So this actually has the party puffins and this fun spiral die. So if you don't know how to create your own tie-dye or you want to layer this, I am going to do it with my created tie-dye and this over the top. So watch for that because we're going to do some masking off with it with embossing powder. So this just makes me happy. I could make one of those and hang it on my wall. And then, of course, we have our new in colors, which you have seen me been using. Make sure when you order your stamp pad, just go ahead and get your refill because you don't want it to be 2 years from now because trust me, time flies because we've had in colors for a long time and then people contact me and they're like, I need a refill for that. But they sell out before the end of the catalog. So new in colors, I love them all and I love that they work well together. You can get a little bit of a discount if you order the whole collection as opposed to ordering them individually. And then they all have blends as well that go with them. Then #1 thing, can't wait to get my hands on because we used to have chalks and they've been gone forever. But we have a new coloring way to color and I love to color. So the pastels, they may be included in one of the classes. Not the artistically inked because of the colors that they are, unless I get them and they don't quite look like that and I can make it work. If they don't work in that, then they'll probably be part of the summer retreat because that would be the next thing up. And that gives me a little bit more time to mess with them before I send a retreat out to you or a class. So, or they could make it in the peekaboo class because those are fun farm animal colors. Here's where if you want to buy the all the refills for the nope, they don't have those this year. You can buy all of the stamp pads and then you save. It's almost like getting one free if you just buy the whole collection, and that's on page 126. So don't miss that, because I want you to save money all the ways that you can. And then let's see, 126 pastels, 135. This is just a page of happiness, and I already have some of it. Like I have the linen paper, I have this mercury paper, I have this rainbow glimmer paper, everything on it. Happy, happy, happy. I could just live on this page and always create for you guys, just using this stuff and some white cardstock and some things to color with. But here, this was the last sneak peek video that I did. So it's got one of the dies that doesn't have a bundle, has the little jewels that you can get for free. And then it has this paper right here, this ombre paper. So it's ombre specialty paper. It is glimmery, glittery. It doesn't say that. It has the colors listed there, but they kind of fade into kind of all of our colors. This vellum, this is probably one of my all-time moments when I got that. And then I can't wait to get my hands on this rose gold glimmer paper. We're about done. Page 138. I can't wait to get this Just Jade in gold ribbon. That's so pretty. And then on page 141, all of this again. But I can't wait. This is part of the artistically inked, or whatever it's called, suite. So those will make an appearance in the June class. You can betcha. And I can't wait to get all of that. Then let's, there are a bunch of new embellishments. I'm not going to take the time to point them out. Here are the two that you can get free this week, the jewels and the epoxy essentials. Anything in the catalog, when you see that little pink N, that means it's new. Because the number of times people are like, I want that new stamp, and then they tell me it's something that's been in there for 2 years, and just because the sample caught their eye, they've noticed it a little bit different. Look at this little punch, a little string of Christmas trees or pine trees. Then, so I've told you 3 of my top 5 things. I can't wait to get the pastels, the diorama, artistically inked. So there's 3, and then here's 2 more. These right here, the iconic dies. Love those. Those are so beautiful. Cannot wait. I'm hoping I can do something with the pastels with them. I didn't put them as a class because I was a little unsure exactly what I would do with them. They don't go with the stamp set. They're just on their own. Here's the diorama. If you haven't noticed, that looks kind of like a blob here on the paper. Look at there's several folders back here that don't have it. Like you'll want to give it a whirl. Here's the picture of this that goes with those farm animals. So it punches out windows of both circles and rectangles. Where's the give it a whirl? I didn't write it down. I may not be able to find it. Oh, here it is. So you can see it has all these fun little pieces. It doesn't have to go just with the astronauts by any means. You'll be able to give lots of things a little whirl. Like you could give the chickens a whirl. So that's 4 pastels, the iconic dies, the diorama, the artistically inked. And then I want you to all make sure that you see this back here. Because I know sometimes you just stop. You're like, well, it's over. And you stop. But there's more back here. So if you spend more than $150, then you get hostess benefits whenever, right? And you can get whatever you want. The chart's here. You add $25 to it this month and a half of next if you're over $250. So you get 10% up to 16%. You may get a half off item. Then you can use any of this as part of your hostess dollars. And they're about half price of what they would be, a little less maybe than half price. So there's these 3 stamp sets. But this pack of paper is giant. It's a giant pack of paper. It's 48 sheets, and you get that for $18 if you use your hostess money. It's color on one side and black on the other. If you're part of my paper share, you are getting some of this. Paper share signups end Friday. Try It class will probably end Friday because it's just about full. So if you are interested, when we do the Try It class, you will get 12 projects, and the 12 projects are based off of, I can show you. Oh, wrong way. I haven't looked at this catalog enough yet. I try not to move into the next catalog until I'm done with the one. So sometimes I feel like I'm a little behind. Where's the paper? Same general. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one is an old one. 10 projects, 11, 12. So 2 of them will come from over here. So you get a project based on each paper. You don't get all of the paper in the try it, but you get enough to see it. Then you get all new ribbons, all new embellishments, all the ones I can order. Like the bees, you won't get those because I can't order them. But every card will have a new paper for sure, a new ribbon, a new embellishment, and then some of them have dies and punches. And then you get a really nice PDF book that you can save in your Kindle books or your book app. And it's a full-size book that has all of the measurements, and all of the cards kind of have a template. So they could be gatefolds, fun folds, ways to layer paper, so we can get as many sheets of one paper on a card as we can. So it's a really fun class, and that's why it fills up so quickly. I originally had the cutoff date to May 15th, and then I moved it to the 10th. And I don't think it's going to make it to the end of the week because there's so much cutting in this class. And my husband's already a little freaked out because he's my cutter helper of the number of people that we have. So I'm going to close it before he divorces me. So I've limited the number, and it will probably be done by this weekend. So if you're interested in that, you don't need any specific stamps because you just stamp some sentiments on them when you're all done. But that's everything. If you have any questions, if you want me to place your order, if you don't have one of these yet and you're in the US and you don't have a demonstrator that has sent you one, or if your demonstrator, sometimes, life gets in the way and they just don't get to it. So if you don't have somebody else you're going to order from, I'd be happy to send you one. Everybody have a great day and happy catalog.